What's going on, everybody? Welcome to 2x2 episode 5. As I was joking around before, when Solo did his turn, I kept saying we've now come, the circle is complete, and it's come back to me. All of us have had our go at it, and it's been a really awesome ride so far. Definitely a lot of fun, and we've gotten to have a lot of good conversations about a lot of good topics and highlighted a lot of awesome MOCs and Lego ideas and answered some really cool questions. So now here we are, the month of November. And it's my turn. So, as always, I have Greg from London Bridge Bricks right next to me. And then below us, we have the Solo Brick Builder. Solo. And it is the holidays right now. So Coconut has some holiday stuff going on with family. So he won't be with us this time. But we did always know that there are going to be times when one of us may not be here. But as I always also joke around, there's still 3 wonderful people left. So you get all 3 of us for this month. And then next month will be a whole new one. And that will be on Greg's watch. Okay, so the first segment, as always, is usually just news and just general news stuff, whether it's news or just new sets that we like to discuss and talk about real quick. Sometimes just quick little ideas or opinions we might have on something. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about are new sets. And we'll go ahead and start with the Colosseum, which comes out obviously this weekend, Black Friday. Greg, what do you say anything about the Colosseum?
Well, I mean, the most striking thing for me about the Colosseum, it's quite big. I mean, it's humongous. I mean, like I put on one of my shorts, it's I described it as Colossus, and there's a word I don't use very often. At least certainly my vocabulary anyway. But no, it's I mean, just to whittle off some stuff. It's an 18+ set. It comes with it just about creeps over 9,036 pieces. I mean, that is a lot of beige, to say the least. And then of course you've got the 3,600 VIP points that you're going to get because, of course, you're paying a gargantuan amount of money for it. I mean, in pounds anyway, pounds sterling, it's £449. I mean, that and that translated in American is $550. I mean, maybe we should do a comparison of what else you can buy in the world for $550. But
they make a good video, Greg.
There is we'll create a short one on it, shall we? It's impossible. It's too big. What I will say about it, though, what I will say, Lego always needs to have that set that pushes the envelope, that pushes the benchmark. That they can do it, and they can do it, folks, because they can do it. It's as simple as that. Now, up until now, of course, the biggest set that we've had has been the Millennium Falcon, the UCS Millennium Falcon, that comes with an absolute oodle of minifigures and stuff like that. And that is said to be, for people that I know that have built that one, Hive, people have said to me, actually, do you know what? The Millennium Falcon is quite a boring build. However, the Colosseum, I mean, that looks really boring. I've got to be honest. It's like 18
arches. About building it.
Like I was talking to Moto recently about this set, and he described it, I think, absolutely perfectly. He knocked the nail on the head, and he said it's basically a UCS Lego architecture set. I was like, yeah, it is really.
That's actually a really, really good analogy of that. What about you, Solo? What do you think?
Totally. I think it looks really good, especially if you are into those supersized architecture sets. I mean, the Taj Mahal, to say but at least, and this is what we've been talking about on my streams as well. It's like, this fits really beautifully into how Lego's been doing these supersized, iconic wonders of the world. I suppose you might say is the Colosseum a wonder of the world. It looks spectacular, I would say. But I think it fits beautifully in it. Me personally, I agree. I think there's so much tan in there. But especially if you come off the back of building the Mos Eisley Cantina, I think you'd be absolutely sick and tired of that. But I think also as well, like I think what me and you've been talking about as well, Greg, I think it can open up big potentials for people who wants to build landing platform for your Millennium Falcon to sit into alongside the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah,
so I reckon we're going to get some good mocks out of that.
I honestly, whenever I look at it, all I keep thinking about it, I think it was just a comparison of the Millennium Falcon that kind of made me think it. But I look at that and I kind of think, it looks like docking base 94 or whatever number it was in A New Hope. And all you need is a MIDI size mock of a Millennium Falcon just kind of down in it. It was
just buy 2 of them, but you'd be able to put your UCS one in there.
Oh, that'd be ginormous.
Wow.
But
Dude,
you need a route.
It's
a route.
Yeah. It's not something that I would really care to get, but I will admit when we buy the new place and I have an entire basement, you know what I mean? That would be good. If you have the money, it would be nice to have that on an end table, like on one corner, and maybe have like Hogwarts Castle, like the UCS version on another table on another corner. They just really complement each other. And it is a really nice thing if you have a table to put it on in the space, because I don't know what else you'd do with it, man, if you did that.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, you look at the...
No, I was going to say that idea about the hangar bay, man. Like,
yeah, it's all I see.
Idea, dude.
It's all I see. But also, what you were saying about putting it on a table, that's all you can do. And if you look at the photographs that Lego do of the Colosseum, they're all on tables. But I tell you what, folks, that's all. The table's no good for nothing else after that. It's all used up. You won't be able to use it.
It is also something that would look perfect walking into a museum, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you maybe know that the Roman Colosseum Museum is going to have that centerpiece now.
I don't know how they wouldn't. It's such. Because it is a beautiful looking set, man. And I mean, they did a really good job as far as like the architecture looking like it's supposed to. I mean, it's
magnificent. It really is. But it's not going to be in my city, folks. That's for sure.
I wanted to talk about Sesame Street. Obviously that just came out not long ago. It's one of these new idea sets. Yes, I know. So you haven't gotten it, right? Yeah. So I was like, I know Greg has. So yes, Greg, why don't you go ahead and start off with your opinion about it?
Well, I like it. This is the thing, right? So this, for me personally, in 2021, I'm going to be doing more of a city thing. So Lego London will finally get going and we'll raise it to the ground. But the thing is, right, I saw it and I thought, okay, well, I can kind of incorporate it into my city. And later on, folks, we're going to be venturing to a mock that does just that. Yeah, which is cool. So I was kind of pretty chuffed about it.
I had you in mind when I saw that.
Thank you. Because I thought, that's brilliant.
Well, and me too, because eventually I wanted to get it too, because that and that Winnie the Pooh idea set that's supposed to come out on the tree. Dude, I can't wait till that comes out. But yeah, definitely want to put them in the city. Of course.
But I love the design of it. It's a nice design. I think it's clever what they did with some of the play features are good. I love the little attention to detail. You've got like Elmo's room where you've got a little train set going around a bed. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bert and Ernie, their room. I think that's pretty cool. And I just loved the building of like the beds and the stuff like that. It's all really nice. There's a few stickers on it, not too many, and they're all quite big stickers. And I found they were okay to put on. They were good, and they were all like little nods to other characters such as the Count, which I think was a shame that they didn't include the Count. But what we did get on a positive note is we got arguably one of the best minifigures of 2020, which is Big Bird. And I think he looks awesome. I think they knocked it out of the park with that one. Elmo and one or two of the others, okay, they could have been a bit better. Certainly Bert and Ernie are fabulous, and Big Bird is brilliant. But the build itself, I really enjoyed it.
Solo?
Me personally, I wasn't going to buy it, but someone over there is saying, no, you are going to buy it. As soon as the Lego store's opening, I'm buying it. I totally agree with Greg. Big Bird looks amazing, and Bert and Ernie looks really, really good. I think they look. But again, I still feel really disappointed by Elmo and the Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster's my favourite character, and it's just like, he just looks so plain and boring. Yeah. The head looks great. I think the head looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah. But it just looks like just go over like a plain one. It's like, that'll do, right, fling him in the box, jobs are good. And it's just a little bit disappointing because I know the price is not too bad, but how much does it cost them to add an extra print? Yeah, just on 2 figures, just a little bit of lines to indicate a bit of fur. That's the only kind of bit that kind of makes it.
And that's the thing; it wouldn't have even been a complicated print. Just like you said, a few just lines, just a couple of lines, break off that
Yeah, 'cause I mean, obviously, I've been hearing people like they say, well, why don't they do something like what they've done with Big Bird and just like put like a torso piece over top of it, but then you add an extra piece.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, just
we're not trying to make it complicated for them, man.
I wonder, right? I have a theory about that Solo, and my theory is I wonder if they did it from an artistic point of view, because when you've got Elmo, who's very red, very vibrant, and he's next to Cookie Monster, who's very blue. The two colours are very contrasting, and I wonder if they did that because they thought, well, actually, they look quite nice next to each other. But that's it. That's the only thing I can think of. But no, absolutely, 100%. It still would have looked better if they put some printed of fur on it or something like that.
Just a few little lines just to indicate. I mean, they don't have to go mad for it, but just a few little bits and bobs just to say, yeah, these are hairy creatures. But
yeah, and the most disappointing figure overall for me was Grouch. I mean, it just looks like an olive. He's got this.
Is it just BB-8's body, just kind of?
It's BB-8's body upside down, effectively, and it just looks like an olive.
Yeah, so I do think it's a really awesome looking set. I liked it when I first saw it. I think that really the only complaints that I have for it is like what we talked about with the print on the minifigure. Also, I get why Elmo's in it, because obviously Elmo had blown up years ago. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for that, then I would have been like, yeah, dude, we needed to get count. Like that just counts as dude, like too important of a character.
Actually put it in there as well and put just like sticker. Yeah, well, he's there.
I mean, I get why we didn't get like Snuffleupagus. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That would have been an interesting mold, to say the least. But also the way the structure of the buildings are is awkward to me. Just the layout of them. The buildings themselves are beautiful and everything. It's just the layout of them. But that's nothing that can't be altered without even if you're not an experienced Lego builder, you could probably alter that without too much difficulty. But dude, as far as the plus side, like Big Bird, Bert and Ernie, dude, there's so many like Easter eggs in that set, and I haven't even looked at it like you have, Greg. I haven't built it, but I remember like noticing the clock, ball counting video and stuff. I can't remember if I told you, but I went back and watched that a couple times over and over.
It's a good track. It's a really long song. I didn't realize how long it was.
I love it, dude. I love how they sound long.
It's that childhood in a disco song.
And there's just all kinds of other stuff, even stuff that's actually not popular, like people might know, like the UFO on top of the roof, and like there's a lot of interesting stuff in there, man. So they did a really great job with that. So overall, really cool. Okay, so the next one we're gonna look at is Ecto 1. I actually got that, and Solo tried to get it, which we will discuss in just a minute when we get to him. My whole experience was, it came out the first week, and I knew the following week we were going to have the gift for purchases, the VIP points. So I decided to gamble, roll the dice, and see if I can get it that following weekend before it was sold out or whatever. Because like the Batwing, it wasn't sold out, and other things weren't. So I was like, well, maybe we'll get lucky, because it's I feel like the odds were playing with me a little bit, because it's a $200 set. So you think like the more expensive stuff is, the harder it would be for it to sell out like smaller sets would. But I got to that Friday and it was on back order. So I went to the Lego store, and that was a whole ordeal because they changed the time they opened and blah, blah, blah. But I made it by the skin of my teeth, and there's 2 left. I got 1, and I got to tell you, it's a beautiful, beautiful looking set. Obviously, that is something that we are going to be building today on the Transatlantic live stream. 1 year anniversary. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Please do watch. But yeah, it's just a beautiful looking car. I can't believe they made it. I feel like I've got a Batmobile, even though the Batmobile is a huge vehicle. But I got the James Bond vehicle now. If only I can get a DeLorean, I will feel complete. London, what do you think?
Well, me personally, I am going to buy it. I'm going to get it soon. I'm actually going to wait till once this lockdown's out. I'm going to actually go to Leicester Square. I'm going to buy it from there, because then I'll get the. Hopefully, I might get the teal brick. And of course, the Charles Dickens gift with purchase. For that, folks, I did get that, but I bought something different. Now, what I will say is I've seen a couple of reviews of this set, and I knew I was going to like it anyway. It's one of those sets I just knew as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I've got to have it. But I didn't get it as a first day purchase, simply because a bit like you, Hive, I wanted to wait and maybe get it with the gift with purchases and stuff like that. But anyway, as it transpired, folks, I've already got an Ecto one. I've got the Lego Ideas Ecto one that's still sealed. So as you're watching this now, we're taking a break between an all-day transatlantic live stream where I'm building the Lego Ideas set. Hive's building what we said is the new Creative Expert Ecto 1 set. So we're halfway there now. So in about 45 minutes from now, we're all going to be going back and watching Brick Hive's second half of this transatlantic live stream. So I hope you're enjoying it anyway. Anyway, for the links for the transatlantic live stream, you'll find down in the description below. But anyway, back to the Ecto 1. What I will say is it's a beautiful set. I think when I do get it, and I will be buying it in a few weeks, folks, I don't think I'm going to be putting the rust stickers on it. But I mean that is really where I'm scraping at the barrel to find any fault with it. Otherwise, it's a beautiful set. The fins at the back are great. I saw a really lovely review of Brick Scene from down in New Zealand.
Yeah, I watched it.
He was on the stream. He did a fantastic review of that, and I just look at it and I just think I've just got to have it. I want the same experience from that. I think I will get the same experience from that as I got from the 1989 Batmobile, which was arguably, I think, the best set that came out last year. And I think, and the main reason I want to get this one is because I think it's going to be maybe the best set that I build this year as well. Because at the moment, for me, it's between a couple of sets, but this one could do it. So I may build this before the end of the year. I'm not sure. But what I will say, bang for buck, I think it's actually good value. It is. It's about £170 for 2,352 pieces. It's brilliant. It looks great. It's got a couple of cool little play features, and I look at it and I just think to myself, yeah, again, it's another childhood nod, and I think it looks beautiful. But that's my thoughts on it, folks. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you reckon, Solo?
I think it looks amazing. Yeah, I don't think there's an angle of it that they haven't got spot on. Yeah, you could look back at the original Ghostbusters thing, take those rust stickers away, flick them away, put it up against that, and it looks spot on. And I think it doesn't even look like a Lego set in places because it's moved it off so nicely. It's like
even with the antennas and stuff, it looks so good, dude.
It's just amazing. I wish I didn't listen to my viewers, and I would have it out.
They stitched you up.
Yeah, they stitched me up. But never mind. I am going to own it. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, I think next to the Mustang over there with the Batmobile. And whatever one I've got over there, it's going to look amazing. If you're
a car guy too, Solo. I mean,
exactly.
You like the mechanics, man. I mean,
it's and plus also, have you noticed that they even hid the steering wheel as well on top? It's just a little knob with it.
Yeah, I like the chair that comes out the side as well.
Spins, it's great.
When do you plan on trying to get it, Solo?
Well, according to Lego.com, because welcome to the UK, we're still on lockdown. But apparently they're going to get it back on the 4th of December. So come on, Boris, let us out of lockdown. We need
it. Said the 7th of December.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, that goes back to kind of what I was mentioning earlier about how we get it from two different areas.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it?
I know. It's the logistics of everything is so crazy. I would love to know, like, I would love to be able to see all of Lego's numbers, not just like how much money they make, but just like how sales and just how, because they're international, man. It's got to be mind-boggling, dude. Like this is the bit that I don't get. So when I was having a look yesterday, so I looked because obviously
you can look to see what shops have got it in stock.
Yeah, that's
All
what
of them-
Ryan helped me with that. Yeah.
And this is the part I didn't get. Is I looked today and all the shops said out of stock apart from Southampton. Why is it? It's supposed to be closed, and it's showing it's got one in stock. So maybe if you're lucky, they might actually have them all in stock. So that's what I've got my fingers crossed
I
for.
think they will have. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they have to be preparing now to stock the shops.
Well,
And-
also, I don't know if I'm just dumb and didn't realize this or something, but like, so the gentleman that was in front of me in line, he's an older gentleman. I was kind of like, he was older. I was really kind of surprised he was in line. Apparently, he pre-ordered his Ecto One,
What?
and they had it waiting for him.
A click and collect. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know that either, and I don't know if there was a special circumstance or something because I didn't know you could do that. If you knew that,
Yeah, count me in.
I mean,
I don't
there's-
know what it was about. You know, maybe he. No, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. If there's one thing Lego should do is click and connect. Because the last time I put a couple of bricks together, they clicked and they connected. So Lego, there you go. There's one for your marketing.
I'm pretty sure it was the Ecto One, because he said he was talking to the lady in front of me, you know, that because she came outside and she said, you know, well, they've got it in the back. Just when you go to check out, let them know it's in the back. So I don't know, but I definitely am going to eventually.
This is the other thing. I don't know whether you get it so much where you are, Hive, but we also do like doorstep collections as well. Not so much click and collect. You can walk up to the front of the store. You could just say, "Yeah, have you got that?" And they just walk off to the back there, come to the front, put it on the table, you scan, go, bosh, gone.
Oh, I don't know. No, I know it like places
What
like
my local town are doing. Yeah,
Because
so
places like Target and Walmart, like you can order online and then go there, call or whatever, and they'll come out to the parking lot and give it to you.
yeah, because it's just what some of the shops are doing around my area. You know, it's like game. You know, where you said, for example, I could still go down and it's like, I want Grand Theft Auto, and they just walk to the back there, go grab it, put it down on the table. They got like a card reader there, bosh, off you go. So I don't know why Lego can't do that. You know, it's like do something like that.
So next, we're going to go ahead and talk about regional exclusives. Now, earlier in the year, us Americans really felt like we got kicked in the private areas when we came out over across the sea that we either didn't get to get because of COVID reasons or whatever other reasons that was going on. Now, this time, in my opinion, everybody else got it a lot worse than what we did, because this was like Comic-Con stuff. What was it? What was the Star Wars Comic-Con? Not the Comic-Con, but Star Wars Con
Celebration.
Yeah, Star Wars Celebration, and the other ones I can't even think of. But basically, like the Black Widow set, the Wonder Woman set, and then the one that really hurt a lot of us. I say us, not me, but the Nebulon.
The Nebulon, the so-called international Comic-Con.
Yeah, and I even remember posting on Instagram a picture of the logo. It says international with that. I put question marks next to it because it's like I don't even understand what that statement's supposed to mean. And honestly, dude, if I was you guys, it would make me even more like, dude, I feel like for you guys, I got the dang thing, and for you guys, I feel like I have the anger of the Hulk in me right now because it's just so unfair. And real quick, before I ask your guys' opinion, the thing with me, I've argued with people about because everybody's like, well, it's Comic-Con stuff, you know, that's in America anyways. Fair enough. But if it's not going to be given away or sold at Comic-Con now and you got it online, it should be open to everybody.
Yeah.
Period.
That would be nice.
That's fair. It's not like people stand at the doors at Comic-Con and are like, oh, you're not from America, you can't come in. You know what I mean? Like, you guys would still be able to get it if they had the Comic-Con. You could go and so that's my whole thing about it and I don't even mind if it's limited to whatever, 1,500 pieces or 3,000. Just it should be open to everybody. That's my whole thing. So I want to give it up to you guys because I know this affected you guys. So Solo, I want to start with you because obviously the Nebulon was a big one for you as being an extremely hardcore Star Wars fan. What do you?
Yeah, a little bit of me did die inside. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's frustrating not only for us Brits as well, but it's also how they handled it as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like because I was listening to M&R's one. I mean, obviously not actually seeing how it's done, but giving people a chance to buy 3 of them, but then getting the Black Widow one, you're only limited to 1. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, what?
it's like, come on, and then also saying like last year, no more regional exclusive stuff, and then straight away, bang, these are regional exclusives. No one else is having them. You're going to make it insanely difficult. I mean, if Comic-Con was going, I was never expected to get the Nebulon B frigate, and I totally agree with you, Hyde.
Yeah, but then your hopes,
seeing that they made it online, they could have quite easily gone, well, we've got 10,000, 5,000 of them to UK, 5,000 to the USA. Bosh, there you go. But then to kind of like, they also had 2 releases of it as well in America on Amazon as well. That's what didn't make any sense.
And
like,
real quick, I just want to interject that also, just so our viewers are aware, this also had to do with the dual investment as well.
Yeah.
And look, I only say this to bring up the point. I was able to hook up Greg and Solo with the best dual kit. However, they still had to pay extra for it because they had to pay for the shipping and everything else. So it's not like they could order it like the rest of us and it was okay. They got free shipping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the shipping is like 50% of the cost.
Right.
Again.
Put the content.
This is the worst part is, I mean, me and Greg here personally, and still big thanks for sorting that out for us. We were lucky to get at that price because a little known guy that we know from Tech Productions who got completely ripped off. That's the problem. It's like, people are buying these sets like so fast before any one of us could get them anyway, and just taking advantage of people like us who really want the set, who will pay through the nose for it. Why?
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and jump into ideas and MOCs, the next segment. And the first one we're going to talk about is a Lego ideas for GMC. It says Blue Chip 100 1957, but they're trucks. And I picked these out because I really like a lot of classic looking vehicles, but they really nailed the curves down, just the entire architecture of the vehicles. Really, really awesome. Like the interior, they did a great job. I love the colors they put on them, especially like even with the engine and stuff like that. But Greg, what do you think about the trucks?
I'm a really big fan of the trucks. Not too many people know this. I mean, why would you? But a few years ago, I went to this tiny little island. It's about 90 miles off the coast of Florida, called Cuba, and it's a beautiful place, folks. It really is. Beautiful people, beautiful music, wonderful food. And what I will say is, I saw an abundance of these when I was out there, or at least vehicles from around that era. Even the air out there, folks, smells of old lead in the air, petrol, petrol as we used to know it when we were kids, and it was wonderful to relive it. It really was. But these vehicles, we love big cars. We really do. We've talked about the Ecto one. We've talked about the Batmobile. Him down there, been talking about the Mustang and stuff like that. And these would be an awesome addition to that collection. They really would be, because they're different. We haven't had anything like these before. And you know what? There's not too much of it. And if it went through, you never know, Lego might make it chrome. It's got some actually decent chrome pieces in there as well. I love it. The colours just work perfectly. I look at it, I said, and I thought to myself, straight away, I would love to have something like that in my collection. They're good sizes as well. There's an abundance of parts used for them as well. I like the fact that they come in twos. I like them. I think the designer's done a really good job.
The designer's name also, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Ing-Manuel, but the links to all these will obviously be down in the description below. So you're definitely a man of car mechanics and whatnot. What do you think?
He's actually managed to do something really quite interesting with the exhaust. He's actually managed, which, just to pull it out, Lego's never done this before. He's actually managed to get the exhaust come from the engine down out the back, and also have a working transmission as well. That can't be easy to do, no doubt about that. But it looks really good, and I feel if they did actually make it and put the chrome pieces on there, and you got that Harley Davidson, you might feel a little bit disappointed, I think, in the Harley Davidson, because I've worked on a lot of American cars, and so especially some of the old ones. Boy, you guys like your chrome on some of your old ones. And I look at that as like, you have to put chrome on it. I mean, I felt disappointed with the Harley Davidson. It hasn't got chrome on it. This needs it. Round the grill, round the bumpers, it needs that chrome. I think it looked great, especially if you are into your cars like that. like Greg was saying, it will go well if you've got the Mustang, get the Harley Davidson, you're going to have yourself a nice vintage kind of American muscle car kind of collection, or muscle vehicles, shall we say.
Yeah, it would definitely look good with a whole bunch of races in the vehicles.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of them like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So the next one I wanted to talk about was the Riverside Scholars Lego Ideas set. And it's done by, Greg, would you like to help me out?
Hanwasyellowfirst.
Hanwasyellowfirst, yes. And he did get, he's in the 10,000 club member too. So, and I got to tell you, I absolutely love this structure, but I really love these old looking type, buildings and architectures with the roofs the way they have them, and like you got the little windmill and the tower top part one, you know what I mean? It just really looks great. Solo, what do you think about it?
I think it looks just gorgeous. Yeah, especially if you're going for that kind of like, it kind of got that like that kind of old Chinese, Japanesey kind of feel to it going on. It's what kind of that kind of like feel to it. But I think also if you even got the pirate ship as well, I think you could actually have a nice little bay going on, where you got the river structures and all that kind of stuff going on. I think, and even the detail. I mean, I'm just looking at, how he's got like a little library area there and nice little chill out area down the side there. And then you come around the front of it, you've got a little windmill at the top. It's, the detail on it is great. And, if this actually does turn into an idea set, please, Lego, don't change it too much, because it just looks great. I think as it is, if they pumped it out tomorrow, I think big fans, or especially the ones of the Barracuda Bay, this would look beautiful next to it.
Greg, what do you think?
I really like this set. I think it's got an abundance of Lego techniques in it. I think you've got like a beautiful little bookcase in this set. It looks wonderful. You've got these two characters. They look like the poor man's Master Wu or something like that from Ninjago. And it's one of those sets that I think if you've got Ninjago City, or maybe even the City Docks or something like that, I think it would just fit in there absolutely beautiful. Now, back in the day, Hive, when I used to do the LBB news, this guy, Hanwasyellowfirst, he's come out with an abundance of great sets. I mean, he's not one, he's actually had two sets that have made it to 10,000 votes. It has one being the Seven Dwarfs House and the other one being The Legend of Zelda. And they're brilliant, and they've all got this kind of same sort of feel about it. So this guy not only is a very clever guy at designing Lego stuff, but he's got his own style, he's got his own technique, and I like that, because you can look at something and say, oh yeah, that's designed by so and so. You can just tell.
And one of the things that drew me to it was two things. One, I mean, besides just being awesome, but it does have almost a very cartoon feel to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I love how it sits on water like that.
And it's beautiful. The waterfall is very clever the way they've done it. And
I think probably what the word I was looking for is very anime. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I want to jump over to some Lego MOCs. And the first one I wanted to discuss was the Sesame Street MOC. So I don't know for sure, because I didn't read everything that was written on there, if it's all of the pieces, but basically they took the Sesame Street set and built it into a modular that you can actually fit into your city, like literally in between modulars. And I think it's absolutely amazing. I love it. Greg, I'm very curious what you think, because you're obviously getting ready to start building up your city.
Indeed. Well, I tell you what, when you sent this over, I smiled instantly when you sent it, because I thought, yes, this is how I'm going to do it. So I will probably actually do this exact kind of mock modification, customization, whatever you want to call it, to my set. So because I bought it with the intent of knowing that one day I will put this particular style, because I think it's kind of like what do they call it in America? Is it like a red brick house or something like that? They call it. We got the kind of 3 stories to it, and this is going to fit directly in there. I think it's a clever idea. It's a good idea, and if I want to do it, and this guy has done it, you can make yourself. There's a whole bundle of people out there.
Right. Also, this was designed by benbuildslego. Also, Solo, what do you think?
I think it looks really, really nice. And even how he's designed it as well. You can lift off the roof.
Yes.
and the back part as well, so you can still get your big fig's hands in there. Yeah, it looks great. And like even how he's done the pictures there, slid right in the middle there. It looks, you wouldn't tell that's a Sesame Street.
Right.
House.
Yeah. I mean, with the exception of the obvious, some of the landmarks on it or whatever, and I'm seeing more and more of these interesting things where either people take a Lego set and then turn it into something completely different, or they'll take a building and make that different to fit in a different area.
I want to speak to these people. Like, how the hell do you come up with these ideas? Like, I could turn that into a modular.
Right? It's brilliant, man. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. All right. I wanted to talk about one more real quick, just because it's a very interesting looking design. So it's this Nightmare Before Christmas mock by Force of Bricks. And I mean, look, the reason I wanted to just touch upon this real quick is because, first of all, it's 1,657 pieces. And that's quite a thing because it doesn't look like it's a real big set. It looks like it's got a lot of little pieces in it. But it's like a piece of artwork to me.
Yeah.
Dude, the way the moon and the black and the grays and the pump, like I think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and you've taken the words out of my mouth. To be honest, Hive, I was going to say to you, this is where, and this is quite often what I say when I'm talking about Moto. People like him, he's got that niche, and this artist definitely has got it. And I call him an artist because this guy is
an dude. I mean.
Yeah. And I look at it, and my eyes. I don't do this with all sets, but my eyes are just following it around, looking at how they did all the techniques and put it together, and it is beautiful. And the nice thing for this particular builder as well is that we've got the official figures now for them as well, which came out.
Yeah.
Recently.
I think also as well, it'd be like a really nice 18+ set. If you got like the best visual, and you can have these really nice little scenery pieces. And like,
I can't imagine how beautiful that would look on a shelf, dude.
I love vignettes. I really do like vignettes. The Star Wars ones that we get, I absolutely love. And there is
I did too.
There is a sub theme there that I can't wait to find out which one comes out next year.
I know, right? All right, so now we're gonna jump into the next segment real quick here and just discuss a set that we built this month that we just wanted to say we liked and just recommend. I'll go ahead and start, and for mine, it's that Harry Potter Whomping Willow set. Now, I bought it for the Whomping Willow tree, and I love that build. I put it in my forest. I didn't really think too much about the castle part, but I do love it a lot. It was a fun build, and it made me start buying the rest of them. So now I just have the newest one, the astronomy tower. I think that's the newest one.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely, if it's still out, I don't think it retired yet. So if you haven't got it, I definitely recommend it. And if you have a forest or something like that, it's a perfect tree. And I even let the car in it too. So
the full gang,
what did you build this month that you want to recommend?
One of the main sets that I would recommend getting is obviously Sesame Street, just over my side there. That was a brilliant set, folks. I've just really enjoyed the basic, the build, the experience of building it was good fun. I did it with Si O'Connor as well, who's a good friend of all our channels, and I genuinely like the minifigures, Big Bird being the main one. But for me, a special shout out for me personally goes to a custom mock that I built this month, which is the USS Enterprise, the motion picture. Honestly, if there's one theme, folks, that I wish Lego would get hold of the license for, is Star Trek, and it just felt great. I mean, I'm not saying it's the strongest set in the world to put together because it's crashed about 3 times for me so far. But I will say this: I've built something that resembles the Starship Enterprise. I'm a happy man.
Solo, how about you?
Well, can I recommend it? I don't know. Do you like Technic? Who likes Technic? Because I've got to say, it's got to be probably one of the most intricate builds I've ever done, which is the big red crane or
that thing, dude.
I mean, that thing is insane. No word of a lie. It is an absolute insane. I mean, I was counting the gearings in it. It's got about 15 different type of gear settings in it. it's massive. The boom stretches all the way up to 69 inches high. It's ginormous. It's a centerpiece to anything. It's not pretty, don't get me wrong, but you could got all the switches on top there. The whole thing swivels around. The what do you call them? The balance beams all come down, and everything works. Everything works. The only thing that doesn't is not motorized is the steering. But other than that, it's a great set. If you buy it, please, for the love of God, have patience. If you mess up, we know someone that has messed up, and it's a great set. It really is a good set. But you have got to be a big lover of Technic. And I know someone who won't be buying it, to say none the least, is dear old Brick Hive up there. I think he might give that one a big old solid miss, but it's good fun. But patience.
Yeah, that's definitely a crazy set, though, man.
I mean, I built the Bugatti, and this dwarfs it, absolutely dwarfs it by a country mile. I mean, I was sitting back and thinking about it. Yeah, this is definitely the most difficult Technic set built I've ever had.
Well done, though.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So we're gonna come to the last segment now, and it's Q&A for 2x2. All right. So this is from the Unconventional Wife. Very interesting. They say, what would you like to see Lego make in any theme that they have not done yet? Well, I have to tell you, that was a very difficult question to try and think of an answer for, because my first thing that popped in my head was Tron, but I was like, oh yeah, but they did Tron. Yeah. Honestly, I would like to see some sort of 80s theme that they. I was thinking maybe G.I. Joe, but I know they're not going to do G.I. Joe. I mean, then I was thinking maybe something like Thundercats or He-Man. But I try to think of like the logistics of the minifigure, you know what I mean? So I definitely would want something 80s cartoon, you know what I mean? And I feel like you could probably do something with Transformers, maybe, because but again, just trying to think of the logistics of how they would do certain things is kind of maddening. So I don't have a specific answer, but I would definitely want to try and think of some 80s cartoon to put in there, for my nostalgia. How about you, Greg? What do you got?
Well, I tell you what, straight off the bat, Star Trek. They're simple. I answered that a moment ago. What I will say is, for nostalgia, do you know what? And it could be a Lego idea set, folks. Give me the A-Team. That's it. I say no more.
Shut, baby.
So what about you?
My one's very niche. I know it's something that they would never make, but I would love to see a Battlestar Galactica set.
Oh,
I really would. Over the 1950 or whatever it was, or even the 2007 remake one. I don't care. Just give me one of them. Especially the 2007 one. You got the Pegasus, you got the Galactica. Oh my God, that universe is huge. Just go for it. Battlestar Galactica for me all the way. And then probably half of the people that's actually watching has probably never even heard of it.
Well, so yes, after this, please go ahead and jump on my channel for the second half of our year anniversary transatlantic live stream. Real quick, we'll just go around and just say anything that we're doing, for the month of December or whatever we got coming up over the next couple of weeks. For me, my next stop motion video should be coming out probably by, let's see, by this time, but any day now, really. It should be getting pretty close. It's in the editing process now, unless I think of anything else that I needed to film that I missed. But stop motion is the biggest thing that I'll be putting out. I'm still gonna have occasional long haul videos, my shout out and speed build videos and stuff like that. But and of course, always Good Morning Brick World and random live streams. Greg? What's going on?
As always from me, Hive, there'll be the London call-in on Fridays as well. And not forgetting as well, actually, you've got a special London call-in coming up on December the 25th is a Friday. So Christmas Day, I'm going to be doing a special, I think probably about 90 minutes live stream. And that's basically going to be just a Merry Christmas to everybody to see how we're all doing and stuff like that, and hope everybody's well. And sometime between now and then, I'll be doing my 1,000 subscriber giveaway as well. So I'll be doing that, as well as the usual reviews, the magazine reviews, the odd short video, and of course, if you're lucky, I might do a popping poly bag as well. So yeah, that's what's coming up from London Bridge Bricks for the next month.
Solo.
From me, right, on Wednesday, so on this Wednesday stream, as you've seen this one, there will be the 500 subscriber giveaway. So if you haven't seen it, get over and check it out. So that's gonna be my special one. That won't be. So that's every Wednesday midweek stream. Couple of shorts thrown in there for good measure, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to be doing Are You Mocking Me every other Saturday. So
Brilliant.
Keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah, wicked.
The best title for a theme video ever, I swear. All right. Well, as always, like we said, things happen. We know the holidays are around and stuff, but we miss our brother Coconut. But it was a great episode of 2x2, and we talked about some interesting stuff and some new stuff and some soon to come stuff. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining us.
Yes,
well, all of us are always appreciative of you.
Absolutely, 100%. And now switch back over and watch the rest of the transatlantic live stream.
Jump back over to my channel.
Go. Don't skip the ads.
I'm telling them to jump over to my channel, but I'm like, I'm hosting this one. It's on my channel. They're on my channel already. So jump over to the next video. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody, and have a good one.
You too, guys. I would love a creator expert van. And if they're going to do a van, they might as well do the A-Team van.
I'm trying to think of a more iconic van that just off the top of my head.
Solo's van.
Yeet.